Hey guys, welcome back to Coffee Chat. And today, our other guest for today, I hope you watched the one with Billy Rogers. Dynamic story, heart-touching. And today I have something very special with Miss Elyse Parker. Welcome.
Thank you.
And thank you. So we might get into some meat of some things, and we might not, but it's your story to tell, right? I'm just here to, I want to highlight you because your story is dynamic, and where you are now is so encouraging, and it's going to bring so many people hope. So tell us a little bit about how you first found the Joseph Center.
You know, to be honest, me and my family, Grand Junction had the closest family shelter within Grand Junction from Aspen. I was working in Aspen, and I got into some stuff up there, and had to travel down with me and my family. And the closest shelter was Homeward Bound. And literally, we were there 3 days, and we were walking down the street, and we see this lady running across our yard, and it was you. And you were like, "Hey, y'all, come down to the Joseph Center on Tuesday." And I was like, little does she know, she first on my list, because I do to-do lists, and the Joseph Center was the first thing on my list for the following week. And you seen us with all of our family. It was me and my husband and 3 of our children. And then when we came to the Joseph Center, our children got taken from CPS. So the only thing that came was him and I. And that's how we met. And we started doing FEMs, family empowerment. Family engagement meetings here at the Joseph Center. I think I was probably one of the last cases of JCAAP. Okay, right? So it's that program is really dear to me, and when we had to get rid of it, or we decided to go separate ways, it's still resonating with me, because that's what saved me.
It's okay.
Was that program. From there on, I just got engrossed. I just into the Joseph Center. This is my home. No matter where I want to go, I want to expand, I want to do all of these things. But I know this is where I come from. It's the Joseph Center. Here at Grand Junction, we've been out here for 4 years. The Joseph Center has always been home for me. It's a safe nest. I went out into the world and got into some more stuff and had to come back. You've always been my safe haven. You know, at one point, they tried to tell me stop calling you mom, and I just couldn't. And I tried for 3 days. I literally tried for 3 days, and I was like, Miss Mona, and you wouldn't even answer me, but you answered mom. So I said, you know what, they're gonna have to get over it. That's my mom. That is my mother.
You're so precious.
It's true.
Let's get into a little bit about, before we get in and both of us be sitting up here crying. I've seen you in the last 4 years accomplish so much, and there has been a lot of ups and downs. And like you said, you went back out in the world and you did some stuff and you came back, but we didn't enable you.
Absolutely not.
You know,
absolutely not.
Yeah, there wasn't enabling, but the support was here, right? Mm-hmm. And so your story is, I mean, you could write a book, you could, you know, this is where Lifetime gets its movies. I mean, this stuff's real. True. You can't make this stuff up. And not getting into, you know, all of it. But when the kids were taken, and we brought you in under the Joseph Center Adult Advocacy Program, which was JCAAP, and then we were able to advocate and be there for you, and you got the kids back, and you went through a divorce, you went through so many different challenges, and now, the kids are getting big. We've watched them grow up. Because Love was how old? She was
2 weeks.
2 weeks old when we first met you, and now she's sassy, and
Yeah, and too much. And she called you Nana Mona.
Yeah, and that's fine. I'm good with that. I'm good with that. And so, but in that time, you're now in college?
Yes, full time.
You're working for not only us, but
well, I have two contracts with the Legal Defense Council. Colorado Ultimate Defense Council. I hold a contract with Resource Advocate and a case assistant. And what that is, real quick, is if you have criminal cases and you're not able to get a public defender, the court has to appoint you someone. So those lawyers are private paid lawyers that also have a contract. And what we do is we have a holistic model. We have a lawyer, private investigator, resource advocate, social worker, so on and so forth. And I'm on their legal defense teams on the half of the western slope of Colorado.
Wow.
I still can't believe it today.
From one side of the coin, I mean, and you're literally on the other side now, where at one point in your life you was the one in trouble and one,
absolutely,
that was.
I've done 13 years incarcerated straight. From 2004 to 2017, I did 13 years. And to be honest, I believe that it was because I was ignorant of the justice system. I took a deal and I knew better to take a deal. The Lord, I heard him very clear. I fasted for 43 days, 43 nights, and he said, go to trial, I will deliver you. And I laughed, and I said, Lord, I'm not doing that. And he said, go to trial, I will deliver you. And I didn't. I took a deal, so I ended up going to prison for 13 years for something that I did not do. And I know he would have seen me through it today.
But that is now what you can do with the
For
people that you're assisting now.
I make sure, like, the people that I service now, I've created my own business from these two contracts, which are my bread and butter. It's called Advocate of Shalom. It's an LLC. And what that does is we advocate to the fullest degree. We partner with people. I refer out. I make sure that the transition from them having criminal charges back into the community is smooth, because that is important to me. That is where the gap is.
That's the Joseph Center blood in you, right?
Yeah,
there,
it is.
Right?
Yeah, I learned apple don't fall too far from the tree. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that I'm so proud of you. But just you, it's just like when I was talking with Billy. You're living proof. When there's hope and support, stability,
yes,
that you can accomplish anything.
Yes.
That you've gone through the addiction part, you've gone through the incarceration part, you've gone through having your kids taken, you've gone through divorce, homelessness. You went through all of that, and now you have a beautiful home, and your husband's back.
Yes, restoration. I'm excited about it because I'm gonna be honest, I never seen it coming. And
there you are.
And here we are, gonna get remarried again.
Yeah.
We're gonna have premarital counseling and married. I prayed for him. Yeah. I really prayed for that man, and that's who my husband is, and I'm accepting of that.
Yeah. Well, the father of your babies.
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
But the whole family's being restored.
Yes.
And that's the beauty part of it.
Yes.
And because I know he was living out of state for a while. Yes. While he was out of state, you were accomplishing all these things, going back to school, starting your business, doing all this. Was he like blown away when
he's still blown away?
Yeah.
You're
not the same woman.
Not at all. And he's excited of it. He loves it. He always said that I knew you could do it. Yeah. I knew you had it in you, Yeah. And just having that support system, you allowing me to be here. You can't get that anywhere. You can't go through the back door and be treated like family anywhere. I get office space, I get food, I get love, we get sermons. I mean, you name it. There's nothing that you don't provide for me and my family. So now I'm at a point where I'm like, how can I give back?
You are. You do it every day, right?
I hope so.
You are doing it every day. I just am excited about, what are you going to school for?
I'm going to school for a dual master's in social work in my JD. So I'll be a MSW, Master's in Social Work, and then I'll have a law degree to be an attorney. Crazy. That's crazy. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't want to do it.
You can't make this stuff up. You cannot make it up.
I'm excited.
You should be excited, you know? And so can you, in a few words, just talk about how, because this is what this is about, right? It's about our encounters that we have as the Joseph Center with people that encounter with us. And, you know, I know you said we were there for you. JCAAP was there for you. Now you're giving back. How do you feel about you?
To be honest, it hasn't hit me yet.
Yeah, it's still surreal.
It's so surreal. It's like, huh? Like I'm waiting for it to be pinched. Like I have not accepted this yet. This is crazy. You know, even just sitting here with you now is crazy. You know, I feel like, you know, I'm not deserving of it, yet with my Father I am, to be honest, you know, because I serve a good God, and He stated that He would turn those things around, and that's exactly what He did. You know, I still don't see it to be real though. Like when my daughter, Love Reigns, is 10 years old, I'll have my own law firm. You know, it's just unbelievable. I don't know if I'll ever grasp it. And maybe that's where I need to be.
Sometimes that's what keeps us humble, right? And it keeps us focused on keeping the main thing. Because I have learned my own experiences here recently. Because you get pulled every which way, and then you get caught up in the work to a degree that you forget your why. And so it's like, if I forget my why, we got a problem. So I have to back that thing up, right? And learn how to literally keep the main thing. And that's what, in the people that we serve, you know, how does it make you feel when somebody that you've helped is successful and they've reached their goals?
That's my joy. You know, when I see them, I always take my clients, you know, and when they get the keys for the first time, I'm like, I'm going in. I'm going in with you. Like, to experience them from being in a homeless shelter for 3 years to not even thinking that there was a voucher out there for them, and for them to come in and then get them housed over and over again. It's the same feeling every time.
It never
it's
gets
almost
old.
Overwhelming.
It's
never.
It doesn't get old.
And then they still text you and they're like taking pictures and showing their home, and that's the why.
That is the why.
That's the why. Yeah. To see people be successful and know that they are worthy. Yeah.
You're still blowing me away, because I remember when you first came in and the kids had been taken. There was an incident and CPS was called and all of that. I remember I called the assessment worker. And I said, do you have this case, blah, blah. And she goes, are you working on this case? And I said, yeah. She goes, oh, good. You know, and we were able to collaborate and do that. But you worked that program, though. Yeah. It wasn't like we did it all, because we don't, right? I mean, we do our part, but you literally crossed every T, dotted every I. You went above and beyond what was asked of you, and I've never seen kids restored to a home that fast. It just doesn't happen. Right. And I think it was 30 days.
It's the fastest closing case in Mesa County to today.
Is that, well, I know it was fast, because I've never seen anything like it. And that is, you know, how do you think we can instill that in others? It's like, if you work the program, right, you know, it works for you. It's not always against you, because in that you learn, right? There was an aha moment. Wait a minute, these people got my kids. I can't. Right. Did you go through that? I mean,
absolutely. I am a celebrate user. So being an addict, coming from addiction, the disease of addiction, when I have a win, I celebrate. Lately, I've been winning. Yeah. Right. Then I didn't understand that. So after I had a baby, I started using it. She was born clean and sober, and I started.
You didn't use while you were pregnant?
No, absolutely not. But that's my problem, though. When I win, I want to go celebrate. College student, let's go party, and it just never ends, though. That cycle never ends. Addiction. You have to work for that as much as I worked for my children every single day. I go to meetings at least 3 times a week. Me and my husband go to meetings at least 3 times a week together and apart. To answer your question, as far as running that hard, it's hard working on this side and the ambition is not there. So I'm trying to figure out how I can spark a flame within my clients to have that fight in them. Because I used to run faster than them. And I realized I was wearing myself out. Now I have to meet them where they're at. I've had cases that have been successful, and I have cases that have not been.
Sure.
And that it hurts more than anything.
Yeah.
Because I know the only difference between getting your children back is being clean. If as long as you stay clean, they can't knock you for nothing else.
Right.
And then everything else is set in place for a reason. A lot of people don't understand that CPS, of course, whatever's whatever, but if you work it, you can be successful.
Absolutely.
In anything.
I think there's this misconception, right? Everybody thinks CPS they're out to get you. I think they're doing their job.
Absolutely.
But you proved one of many. There's been several. I mean, hundreds, right? But for me, witnessing how fast that happened, it was just incredible. And you've just been going.
I even tried to open my own CPS case afterwards, like maybe a year and a half afterwards. Then I had a good friend of mine now, who's a part of my village, my contacts when I reach out for other people. They closed my case. They were like, Miss Parker, we're not going to take your case any longer. And I was like, but why? They're like, because you don't need our help.
Is that because you felt like you needed the accountability?
I needed the accountability. I needed it.
Yeah.
And they cut me off. But it's okay. Because I just found it somewhere else.
That's a good problem.
It is a good problem. Just like I got kicked off of
sure,
food stamps and everything else.
Yeah, because you're doing what the goal is, right?
Yes.
For everybody. And that's what we want to see. And everybody's not going to go to college. Everybody is not going to do that. We understand that.
Yeah.
But even if you learn a trade, if you learn something that AI can't take your job, you know what I mean? And that's what we're looking for. But I see the change in you. I see everything about you.
Thank you.
Is different, right? And it's real.
Yes.
It's real. And I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Like, I'm telling the world that I am proud of this woman right now.
Thank you.
And yes, I let her call me mom.
Yeah.
Because she ain't gonna call me nothing else. And so
I tried.
yeah, you tried. And it's all good. And so now the kids see you differently.
Right.
Yeah. So how has this affected the new Elyse? I'm gonna call it the new Elyse.
Okay.
The transformed Elyse. What's the difference between old Elyse and new Elyse? Like, now that you have a beautiful home, you know, how's that changed? Like, at home, has things changed?
Oh yeah, things have changed. I come from structure and discipline.
Okay.
I thrive with that. But then I added service. And I want to make sure that is like the forefront of my day.
Mm-hmm.
Before it was selfish.
Mm-hmm.
Everything for self and catch me if you can. Now I wake up day to day. How can I service you? My Lord, my higher power, my God, Jesus Christ, who died on the cross for my sins.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have a problem announcing that.
Right.
Not one bit. But I wake up every morning and I ask, how can I be of service to you? And I go throughout my day. I want to be an example for my children.
I think you are.
Thank you.
I really do. I don't know what else to add other than in 4 years, so much has changed and so much has fallen into place for you. And I know there's been ups and downs. I'm not saying it was smooth and it was perfect the whole time. It was the fact that you would get back up again. If you ran into something or something happened, or the rug was pulled out from underneath your feet.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, you're traveling more now. You're being, more. I see. This is what I see on the outside looking in. Way more family oriented.
Yes.
Going to see your grandparents and going to see your parents, and I mean, just your
Showing
son,
up.
your oldest son is playing football
Yes.
in Hawaii.
Yes.
On his way to the NFL.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
yes.
so, how does that make you feel? How do they see you now?
I don't even know if they. You know what? My son knows what's in me, and my mom brought him to see me in prison at least twice a month for 13 years. And he sees me doing good, and he's just like, "Mom, keep up the good work." Like he's my father.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's okay, he still looks up to me. He calls me. He asks. He's never called me anything but mom.
Right. Sure.
So the respect is there. The reverence for me being his mother is there. So, and I appreciate my
Mama's
parents.
always gonna be mama, right?
Right.
And that's incredible because I know he's doing so well.
Yes, he is.
And you got to be proud. And you've been going to his football games. And are you gonna go to Hawaii?
I hope so. I'm just trying to wait. Either the kids can stay back with their big mama,
I
or
think I might have to go.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna have to sacrifice
Right.
and make that trip to Hawaii.
Yeah.
You're gonna need some help with them kids.
I am. I think you're right.
I will sacrifice.
Would you?
Yeah.
Good, because how about that? It's a date. It is a date. It is a date.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for sharing and just being transparent, because that's who you are. And that's one of the things I love about you the most. And knowing that your transformation is real.
Yeah.
And I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
Very proud of you.
I appreciate that.
Thank you so much for joining us again on Coffee Chat with Mona here at the Joseph Center. And thank you, Elyse Parker, for sitting here and sharing your story. And as always, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, go to our YouTube channel so you can get more content, more interviews, more stories that literally will make your day and bless your heart. I promise you it will. It does it for us every day. And as always, if you'd like to donate to the Joseph Center, you can go to josephcentergj.com, hit the donate button, and every dime that you sow goes right back into the community so we can continue helping people change their lives and getting back to where they desire to be. Thank you again.